Before we start the show tonight, the horrific attacks in Paris yesterday gave me reason to share a tweet I read earlier this week by 8-time major tennis champion Jimmy Connors. The tweet said this: "When you have your health, you want 1,000 things. When you don't have your health, you only want one thing. Always take care and be aware." Just saying. This entire planet is sick to its stomach to see the murder spree that went down in the French capital Friday. To think that we could have world peace one day probably won't happen in your lifetime or my lifetime, but the one thing we can have is perspective. Things like this truly make you realize every single day on this planet is one to appreciate. Just saying. Tonight, we want one thing for you, Paris. We want you to feel better. Our thoughts are with you tonight, and we love you. Peace for Paris. Welcome into the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night. It's a one-man show. My co-host, Lauren Cash, he's in a wedding. Josh, my boss, he's in Lexington covering the basketball Cats. So don't worry, there will be dancing at the end of the show. Tonight, though, we start with the football Cats. What a week it has been. Who would start at quarterback? Patrick Tolles, Drew Barker, or would Mark Stoops just elect to put JoJo Kemp or Boom Williams back there and run the Wildcat? Well, we didn't know until the football Cats took the field today in Nashville to play Vanderbilt, but we knew one thing. Tolles would no longer have the flowing locks. Check it out. Here's a screenshot from Tolles' Snapchat story yesterday. He kept the beard, lost a lot of the hair, though. He captioned it, "Uh-oh." And, of course, going into this game, would be a big uh-oh if the Cats didn't win. Kentucky at Vanderbilt got to win 2 out of the last 3 to become bowl eligible. Here we go. Mark Stoops. Who's starting, Drew Barker or Tolles?
Patrick Tolles is going to go. He has the experience. He had a good week of practice, so we'll go with Patrick, but Drew's ready to go.
All right, Tolles gets the start, but the highlight pack begins with the running back, Stanley Boom Williams. Cats up 3-0. He's back in the lineup after missing last week. He goes 38 yards down at the 1. Cats go for it on 4th and goal. Nope, Tolles is stuffed. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Still 3-0. Boom. This time he going nowhere, and he loses the football. And the Commodores jump on it, jump on it, jump on it. Another look. Boom fumbles the football, and now it's Vandy's ball. And it takes all but one play for Kyle Shermer to do his thing. Shermer to Kyle Anderson, the freshman, puts Vandy up 7-3 at the end of 1. So we go to the second quarter. Cats back in the red zone. Tolles. Oh, he's picked off this time. Oren Burks with the interception. UK allows no points, though, so look who's in the next possession. Drew Barker. Barker on a 2nd and goal. Ryan Timmons stretches across the goal line in instant gratification as Barker throws a touchdown pass. It's 10-7, the Cats lead. Next possession for Barker. Not so good. He's picked off. And look who it is. It's the same guy. Burks again this time. That's a pick 6. And it's 14-10 Vanderbilt. 43 seconds to go now in the half. Shermer to Caleb Scott. Where is everybody? I mean, for real, hit wide open. 37 to the house, 21-10 at the break. Second half, boom! Kentucky needs every firework they could get at this point. Cuts it back upfield, 66 yards, and he's down inside the 10. Again, it's a 21-10 game. That would set up 4 plays later, JoJo Kemp cuts the lead to 4, 21-17. Same score, 10 seconds to go in the game. Tolles. Bro, you gotta get a throw off. Are you kidding me? Let's go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. That's how the game would end today. Kentucky loses to Vanderbilt, 5th straight loss. They will now have to beat Charlotte and then beat Louisville to become bowl eligible. Kentucky's last 2 games are at home. First up, Charlotte, like I just said, next Saturday night, November 21st, inside Commonwealth Stadium, 7:30 kickoff on the SEC Network Alternative Channel. The 49ers lost for the 8th straight time today, a 30-27 overtime loss to Texas San Antonio today. So a 5-game losing streak versus an 8-game losing streak. Yeah, get a big old popcorn bucket for this one. Maybe not. Later in the show, we'll check in with the Louisville Cardinals. A win makes the Cards Bowl eligible. Those highlights. Plus, up next, Kentucky back on the floor tonight. The Wildcats started the season 1-0 with a win over Albany Friday night. See how they would do against NJIT.
I'm Braxton Beverly, the point guard at Hargrave Military Academy, and you're watching Sports Overtime Saturday night.
Welcome back. The second-ranked basketball Cats opened the season with a 78-65 win over Albany, making it 25 straight home wins over non-conference opponents. Tonight, yes, back on the floor, virtually an NBA-type schedule to start the season, back-to-back games, and then they'll play number 5 Duke this coming Tuesday. But before the trip to Chicago, to take on the Blue Devils. Tonight, they take on the New Jersey Institute of Technology coming into Rupp Arena. Scal Labissiere starting us off. The Haitian sensation. He really couldn't miss. He's incredibly skilled. Big man, look at him go. Ball's tipped, gets back, knocks in the jumper. Tyler Eulis this time, later in the game in the first half. Oh, give me that. That's Isaiah Briscoe. 11 points, 12 rebounds for Briscoe. UK led by 8 at the half. Second half, more from Scal. Off the miss, give me that. Woo, puts it in. Scal Labissiere with 26. That's a game high. UK tried to out a little zone defense. Cats force a turnover, and Derek Willis getting buckets. Another huge night for Willis. That's Jamal Murray. Steps into the passing lane, he gets the steal, and go to the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard. Kentucky is 2-0. The Wildcats win 87-57. Coach Calipari on Derek Willis after the game.
He gave it to the guard, went down, and he ends up driving, and we throw it to him for a 3 in the corner. I mean, Derek is really helping us. Again, you're talking about a 6'9", 6'10" athlete that's long, can block, can guard, can shoot. I mean, proud of him too.
All right, next up, the Champions Classic in Chicago is up next for the second-ranked basketball Cats. Duke and Kentucky getting together. The Blue Devils are ranked number 5 in the nation. Both teams 2-0. Both teams playing back-to-back games. Duke played tonight and crushed. 7:30 tip-off on ESPN this Tuesday, November 17th. Point guard Braxton Beverly back in Hazard tonight. Of course, he's a senior now, no longer at Perry Central, transferred to Hargrave Military Academy in Virginia this year, and his team taking on UPike's JV squad. Let's go to Memorial Gym in Hazard. Hargrave is currently ranked number 1 in the country amongst prep schools. Braxton officially signed with Miami of Ohio earlier this week. I talked to him today. As always, good, fun conversation with the former Perry Central Commodore.
It's a little different. This is the first time I've ever been in this hotel in Hazard. Like, I've never even been in here. I came in with the team with the Applebee's and ate. I knew I was in Hazard, but, it just didn't feel like I was in Hazard. I'm with the team. I'm not out doing probably what I would normally do, like, before a game. So, it's a little different, but, I'm excited. My coach is excited we got to come back here. A lot of players were excited to see, where I come from, because they hear me talk. They make fun of me a lot because of my little accent I got, and they want to see how it's really like here. If we're not, if we're not in class, not doing something with the military, if we're not practicing or I'm getting extra workout in, yeah, we'll go to the locker room or we'll find somewhere and we'll just watch a movie, chill out. We can't have TVs in our room. We can't have, all kind. There's a lot of stuff that you can't have in your room, just not allowed. So we'll go down to the locker room, put a movie or two, just kind of relax, just kind of little free time we get, we try to make the most of it.
We'll have much more from Braxton on our website, WYMT.com, later tonight. Let's check out the Highlands Black and Blue Clinic scoreboard for some college basketball. The 22nd ranked UPike women defeat the West Virginia Tech Golden Bears 107-54. UPike forced 23 turnovers in that game. And for the second time this week, the Union women defeat Alice Lloyd by 20, 69-49. Lydia Nash with 20 points and 11 rebounds. So big double-double. Now to the men. Union falls at Cumberland 74-61. And the UVA-wise Cavaliers lose for the second game in a row to Chowan University 86-81, so just by 5. Coming up next, Louisville goes for bowl eligibility. It's senior day for the Cardinals, plus 11 Mountain teams remain. It's region finals next week. We cap off the second round of the high school football playoffs in this week's 2-minute drill. Welcome back. The Louisville Cardinals entered into today's game with Virginia at 5-4 on the year, one game away from bowl eligibility, and it was senior day in the Ville. The seniors were honored before the game, including linebacker James Burgess. Second quarter is where we pick it up. Lamar Jackson in at quarterback today, although he did not get the start. He busts loose. That's a gain of 45 for the freshman down at the 20-yard line. That would lead to a little bit of trickery. Reggie Bonifant on the halfback pass, and then he throws it to Jeremy Smith in the end zone. That works. Cards up 10-7. Later in the quarter, Cards down 14-10. Cole Hadakuni. Whoa, what was that? Are you serious? Hurdles the defender. That's a first down. Later in the drive, the two connect again. Bowl into Hakutini for the score. Cards up 17-14. Third quarter tied at 17. Brandon Ratcliffe. Big day for Ratcliffe. Get off me, bruh. I said get off me. Cards back up 24-17. Tied at 24 now. Cavs are back to punt, but this is the play of the game right here. James Quick. Whoa. With a huge hit. Knocks the ball loose. Stacey Thomas. I'll take that. And then that sets up this. L.J. Scott. Cards up 31-24. Louisville would add another score. Ratcliffe goes 36 to the house here. Louisville holds on for the 38-31 win over Virginia. Ratcliffe finished with 21 carries for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. Let's stay on the scoreboard. UVA Wise lost earlier this week to Charleston 59-7. That's a Thursday final. Georgetown today shuts out UPike. The Bears fall 22-0. Bears running back Quan Weaver rushed for 146 yards. That gives him 1,566 yards on the ground for the season, and that's a program record for a single season. Morehead State goes to Valpo and wins 36-29. The Eagles were down 1 with just over 5 minutes to go, and they had a 12-play, 80-yard touchdown drive that was capped off by Jake Raymond's 17-yard touchdown catch. A double overtime win for the Eastern Kentucky Colonels. They defeat Murray State 41-34. Contavious Hopkins with the game winner as he punched it in from a yard out to get EKU the win in double overtime. 2 rounds into the high school football playoffs, and the coverage is down to 11 teams still playing. Josh McKinney recaps last night's action in this week's Lee's Famous Recipe. Hazard and Whitesburg, 2-minute drill.
18 coverage area teams enter the second round of the high school football playoffs, but entering next week's region finals, only 11 remain. Let's begin in Class A, our game of the week. The Hazard Bulldogs managed to leave Harlan alive, coming away with a 35-14 win over the Green Dragons, advancing to their 10th straight region final. Hazard will get number 7 Pikeville in the region championship. The Panthers rolling last year's state runner-up Williamsburg 56-14. Also in Class A, it was a little closer than some may have expected, but number 4 Paintsville managed to survive against Raceland 20-15. Class 2A, Leslie County struggled to find some offense against Danville, falling to the Admirals 55-14. On to Class 4A, the Johnson Central Golden Eagles advanced to their region final for the first time since 2010, beating Greenup County 49-6. And the Knox Central Panthers squeak out a 2-point win on the road at Mercer County 19-17. Number 5 North Laurel in Class 5A avenged last season's second-round loss to number 6 Southwestern by beating the Warriors in a defensive contest 17-7. And finally, in Class 3A, the second-ranked Belfry Pirates beat the Russell Red Devils 42-12, and in doing so, gave head coach Philip Haywood his 400th career win, just the 10th active coach in the country to reach the milestone. 11 coverage area teams remaining. How many will be playing Thanksgiving weekend? We'll find out next week. This has been your Lee's Famous Recipe, Hazard and Whitesburg 2-minute drill.
All right, thank you, boss. Big game board time. Region final matchups include number 4 Paintsville at Paris. The Tigers undefeated, 12-0. The Greyhounds undefeated, 11-0. Winner goes to the state semis, and we'll play the winner of that Pikeville and Hazard game. In Class 3A, Lawrence County gets another shot at Belfry. The Pirates won 27-23 at the CAM in early October. Should be fun. Winner will play the winner of that Bell County Corbin game. You see the 8th-ranked Redhounds host the 9th-ranked Bobcats. Corbin won by 2 touchdowns in the regular season matchup. In Class 4A, Knox Central goes to Wayne County. The Panthers have won 4 straight games. Their last loss was to Wayne County. The Cardinals beat them 35-24 on October 9th at Wayne. And finally, perhaps the showdown of the week, the number 1 ranked team in the mountains, Pulaski County, hosts number 5 North Laurel. Remember, these two, they used to be district opponents in District 7. So no regular season game this year with North moving to District 8, but the two will get together next Friday for the chance to play in the state semis. Well, next on the show, more football, the SEC, Bama and Mississippi State, Georgia and Auburn. Plus, we'll have some Union volleyball as the girls go for their 4th conference tournament title in 7 years. And also coming up, the women's lacrosse team at U Pike enters their 2nd season as a program. Welcome back. Let's go around the SEC now. Alabama moving up from number 4 to number 2 in the college football playoff rankings after beating LSU last week. The Crimson Tide at Mississippi State, and you know what that means.
We are Mississippi State! Fear the Bills!
Oh my goodness, yep, it's game day in Starkville. The number 17 Bulldogs hosting the Tide. This is Cyrus Jones. Bye. Fields it at his own 31 and takes it 69 yards for the touchdown. Bama up 7-0. Fear no bells. Second quarter, same score. 3rd and 5. Jake Coker finds Calvin Ridley. He's a shaking, a bacon, and he gone. Bye. Again, 60 yards for the score. 13-0 Bama. Adarius Stewart, nice block by the way on that return. Later, Derrick Henry. He running his way to a Heisman Trophy. It needs 74-yard touchdown run. Look at him go. Henry goes for 22 carries, 204 yards, 2 touchdowns. Number 2 Alabama, 31-6 over number 17 Mississippi State. 11th ranked Florida at South Carolina, energized at Williams-Brice Stadium regardless of a losing record. After completing a big 3rd down pass, next play is a touchdown. Jordan Concrete takes it in from 3 yards out. 7-0 Florida after the extra point. Second quarter we go, same score. This is 3rd and 11. Treon Harris breaks out of the pocket, floats it out. Oh, yeah. Second touchdown of the day, a 41-yard touchdown reception, and it was 14-0 at that point, and the Gators chomp win 24-14. More SEC football today. Arkansas and LSU. That game would actually, LSU would fall in that game, but meanwhile, Tennessee would take care of North Texas, the Mean Green. The women's lacrosse program over at U Pike is set to begin its 2nd season in the spring. The Bears won just 1 game in their 1st season of existence, but with senior leadership as well as new players from all over the country, this team is focused and ready to play a full season of games and expects to see results on the field.
Well, first of all, last year was really exciting considering we actually had a coach and we actually had a team to actually get the program off the ground and running. So being able to go down to Georgia for our spring break and actually play that first game was very nerve-wracking. It was very thrilling, and it was a lot of fun and excitement, and I'm really excited to see what this year has for us.
It's a cool thing to kind of put yourself into because we are starting out the program. This is the 2nd year, and it's just going to get better from here. And it's really it's a really cool spot to be in because especially being a freshman, I get to see it grow. I don't just come here when it's already here. I get to see it happen, and I get to see the big things that are coming for us, and it's really exciting.
Coming up on this edition of the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime Saturday night, we go to Paintsville to relive the moments of J.J. Jude's high school running back days.
Jude to the right, now Jude to the left. Gets a few more yards here, inching closer and closer to the career rushing record.
He still holds the state's all-time rushing record. A new Sports Overtime Rewind is next. When it comes to high school football in Eastern Kentucky, there is a history of running the football, with several of the state's top rushers each season coming from the mountains. But one program in particular may do it better than anyone else out there, and that includes statistically the best that has ever done it. Josh McKinney has more in this week's Sports Overtime Rewind.
From 2005 to 2011, perhaps no program in Kentucky possessed a rushing attack like the Johnson Central Golden Eagles, producing a 1,000-yard back in each of those 7 seasons and in some years a 2,000 or 3,000 yard rusher. Ron Bloom, Sean Grimm, Chase Richardson, Nate Dillon, and J.J. Jude. The latter would register back-to-back 3,000-yard seasons in 2010 and 2011 and graduated with 2 of the top 5 single-season rushing totals in Kentucky history. But the night of November 4th, 2011 sticks out more than any other Friday night of Jude's career.
I'd heard about it, but we didn't really talk a lot about it. And we just played.
Jude entered Johnson Central's first-round playoff game versus Holmes with 8,095 career rushing yards, just 129 shy of the all-time record.
All eyes here were on J.J. Jude.
While that may seem like a big number, Jude entered the playoffs averaging more than double that number with a state record 252 rushing yards per game.
Jude to the right, now Jude to the left. Gets a few more yards here, inching closer and closer to the career rushing record.
And it did not take long for Jude to run his way into the all-time records book, breaking a 55-yard run in the first quarter.
Very next JC possession, Jude gets the handoff, and with this run here, he passes Elizabethtown's Derek Homer as the all-time career rushing record holder in the state,
bringing an end to a 15-year-old record in fitting fashion with a touchdown, putting his team up 21-0.
It was an exciting feeling, and it was great for our high school and stuff. Kind of helped put it on the map a little bit, in my opinion, and kind of gave hope for that area.
Jude finished the game with 441 yards, a single-game performance that itself ranks in the top 10 in state history, and 6 rushing touchdowns as the Golden Eagles rolled to a 66-20 win. His career would end that following week against Fort Thomas Highlands, graduating with 8,633 yards, the most ever for a running back in the state of Kentucky. Jude continued a tradition of powerful running backs to come through the Johnson Central program, and several more have carried on since. But there is only one name at the very top of the list, and that name is JJ.
Now, J.J. Jude signed with Eastern Kentucky University out of high school and was named to several preseason watch lists prior to his sophomore season, but has since transferred to Georgetown College. That's where Josh talked to him in that piece, where he is currently leading the team in rushing. All right, let's switch gears now to volleyball. Union playing in the Appalachian Athletic Conference Tournament Championship today in Kingsport, Tennessee. Union versus Milligan in the title game. Both teams in whites with orange numbers. Second set, 20-18 Bulldogs, but the Buffs battle back. Samantha Bruinus slams the kill. It was 20-19, 20-20 now. But Union goes back ahead. Rachel Andrews with the tip. Milligan, they can't handle it. Back to the Buffs, though. It's that girl Bruinus again. Big time slam. That ties the match at 21. The day, though, belonged to Union. Marissa Elam. Thank you very much. The Bulldogs are going back to back. Back to back. Second straight year they win the AAC Tournament Championship. 4th time in 7 years, and they sweep it 3-0, 25-19, 25-23, and 25-15. Up next, we close out the show with a Week 10 preview from the NFL and name the Sports Overtime Saturday Night Play of the Week. Plus, I'll probably dance. Time for the play of the week. South Carolina at home taking on Florida Gamecocks. Using some trickery to get on the scoreboard, that is. Perry Orth passes to Pharaoh Cooper, who passes back to Orth. That's an 18-yard touchdown pass. We'll take another look at it. This is how you do it. Take off quarterback. Okay. You know what, though? South Carolina loses this game 24-14 to Florida. Orth to Cooper, back to Orth, our play of the week. Week 10 of the NFL, the Tennessee Titans coming off an impressive overtime win over the Saints last week. It was the first game under interim head coach Mike Mularkey, and he says he's happy to start off with the win, but now they turn their attention to the 8-0 Carolina Panthers, a team coach Mularkey says doesn't shoot themselves in the foot with mistakes.
You know, this is an 8-0 team coming in here, and I basically said, you know, you may have heard this before, but this is a tough physical team that doesn't beat itself, and they're undefeated because of it. They're very sound. They don't turn the ball over. There's not a lot of mistakes, and they're physical. So, and they're 8-0. So there's a lot to be said about what they're doing and the success they've had.
All right, the Green Bay Packers, they're losers of 2 straight. Of course, back in Week 8, they lost to the Broncos. Then they lost to the undefeated Panthers. And they made their way through the news cycle this week with the news of benching starting running back Eddie Lacy for number 2 on the depth chart, James Starks. He gets the start against the Lions this Sunday, but quarterback Aaron Rodgers said it'll take a team effort on offense to get back on track with a win this weekend. So it doesn't matter who's the running back.
Well, you need multiple backs, healthy and solid backs to win in this league, and he's earned some opportunities. I think he's done a great job in the screen game for us the entire year. He's a very good running back. He has a great attitude every single day. He's one of my favorite teammates. Just the way that he carries himself and prepares, and he's earned an opportunity. But we're gonna need Eddie as well.
All right, thank you for sticking with me tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. I'm headed back to Lexington next Friday for the basketball Cats game with Wright State. So Josh and Lauren will have the Friday edition of the Appalachian Wireless Sports Overtime, and then it'll be me and Josh on the show next Saturday. Plenty to look forward to. Region finals in high school football on Friday. Kentucky and Charlotte on the football field Saturday, if you still like to watch them. Kentucky and Wright State on the basketball Saturday as well. Thanksgiving right around the corner. Before we turn out that music, I know you guys all enjoyed this, so let's go back to that Mississippi State guy, then we'll come back out to me. Go back to that Mississippi State.
We are Mississippi State! Fear the Bills!
Now, of course, the problem is that Mississippi State got waxed at home in Starkville to Alabama today, but nonetheless, that guy is great, and I'm probably just going to use him every time I show Mississippi State highlights. Turn out the music. Enjoy the rest of your night. Again, thanks for watching.